Did you know? The Sonic franchise's Chaos Emeralds aren't actually emeralds. Precious gems are categorized into emeralds, rubies, diamonds, etc. based mainly on the gem's color and how they are cut. And since the Chaos Emeralds are all different colors, it can be assumed that Chaos Emeralds get their names from the way they are cut. However, these gems don't use the emerald cut classification. In most Sonic games, the Chaos Emeralds either use a brilliant or single cut, which are usually reserved for diamonds. This means that they should actually be called the Chaos Diamonds. The Sonic franchise has a long history of secrets, starting with some of their earliest games. Shortly after the US debut of Sonic Spinball, a second version of the game was released. This version removed 2 tracks from the original game's soundtrack, which were remixed and taken directly from the original Sonic the Hedgehog game. Their removal was due to Sega not actually owning the copyright to several tracks in the original Sonic, and likely forgetting to license the music for Sonic Spinball. These tracks were composed by Dreams Come True, a Japanese band who even made the original Green Hill Zone theme. Interestingly, Sonic's first public appearance is linked to the band, and was revealed on the side of the band's tour bus on November 7th, 1990. Another early fact has to do with Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, which is a modified version of the Japanese exclusive Puyo Puyo released on the Genesis. While the initial training levels from Puyo Puyo were removed after being converted into a Sonic game, the levels are still within the game's data. By modifying this data, it's possible to reinsert the levels, though with a number of errors such as glitched text, character misplacement, and no music at all. A bizarre result of this conversion is that it wouldn't be the only time Puyo Puyo was rebranded into another series. HAL Laboratory and Compile released their own modified version of Puyo Puyo, Kirby's Avalanche, which released a year and a half later. This meant that 2 first-party franchises, Sega's Sonic the Hedgehog and Nintendo's Kirby, contained virtually identical assets. While the arcade Sonic title, Sega Sonic the Hedgehog, was released internationally in 1993, the game was never actually translated for countries outside of Japan. However, within the game's data are unused sprites of Dr. Robotnik that imply an English localization was worked on. These sprites would have seen Robotnik's design changed to that of the Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon appearance, which might have been more familiar to American fans at the time. Another interesting secret from early Sonic games can be found in Sonic CD. The game's first boss fight is against the EGG HVC001. The latter half of the boss's name, HVC001, is the model number of the Nintendo Famicom. This could have actually been a joke at Nintendo's expense, as the EGG HVC001 is also the first and easiest boss in the game. These types of secrets can also be found in the franchise's newer games, including the recent Sonic Mania. In versions of Mania prior to patch version 1.03.0919, there's an Easter egg based on the popular YouTube personality Video Game Donkey. The Easter egg is activated by latching to a chain in Hydro's City Zone Act 1, and inputting the Sonic 3 and Knuckles level select code, left left left, right right right, up up up. Once active, when the player passes through a speed booster, instead of the usual sound effect, a voice clip of Donkey will play instead. Sonic Colors also has a few secrets. In one of Eggman's PA announcements in the Asteroid Coaster area, he will say,
"Would the owner of a yellow car, license plate 1NOM155, please report to the main gate. Your vehicle is in the path of an asteroid, and it's about to get smashed." Never mind.
This is a reference to Axel and his taxi from Crazy Taxi, which has the license plate 1NOM155. Another secret can be found towards the end of Sonic Colors. During the game's final cutscene, the camera will give a brief glimpse at Tails' computer. On the screen are 3 sets of hexadecimal numbers. Whilst Tails translates the first 2 sets, the third goes untranslated. When interpreted as Shift JIS encoded text, this translates to English as, "If you can read this, you're a geek." Yet another nod can be found in the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 versions of Sonic Unleashed's daytime Spagonia stage, Rooftop Run. In the stage, a pedestrian can be found reading a newspaper. Taking a closer look at the paper, it's possible to see a low-quality black and white image of 2006's Sonic the Hedgehog's box art on the top right of the page. During development of Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood, Sega of Europe held a contest which let fans name one of the game's groups of enemies. The contest was titled Sonic Chronicles: A Race to Name, and was won by Sega fan site Sega Nerds. The site found victory with their suggestion to call the enemies the Zoa, a reference to the town of the same name from Panzer Dragoon Saga. Sonic Chronicles also contains some unused dialogue within its data, though who would have spoken this line is unknown. The unused text reads, "Ha ha 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 ha! Holy crap, I'm a disembodied voice." Unused data can also be found in Knuckles Chaotix. The data contains a sprite of a bloody skull with Japanese text reading Tobu, meaning to fly or to jump. There is no evidence to explain what this graphic's purpose was, and it may simply be a joke by the game's developers. Knuckles Chaotix also has 6 collectible rings called the Chaos Rings, which originally had a different name. They were initially called the Holy Rings. It seems likely that the rings were renamed in order to avoid any religious controversy. This was one of the earliest instances of censorship in the Sonic franchise, but many more would occur throughout the years. One early example of self-censoring happened during development of Sonic 3. According to the game's tester, Jay Pataki, the "Get Blue Spheres" message at the start of the special stages originally said "Get Blue Balls." The text was changed after the mostly male staff believed that the original message had sexual undertones. Another Sonic game was completely reworked due to censorship. Sonic the Hedgehog's Game World on the Sega Pico was an educational game containing a total of 17 minigames. During the game's localization in the West, 6 of these games were removed entirely, and a number of the other games were censored. All references to gambling were removed, as well as games based on rock, paper, scissors and fortune telling. The background of the card matching memory game was also cut, as it was casino themed. A pre-release demo for Sonic Adventure, known as the Autodemo, was made to showcase adventure with CPU gameplay, similar to the Attract mode in arcade games. However, players were able to modify the demo to be playable, and discovered several differences between the demo and the final release. One difference is that, in the demo, Amy's dress folds up to reveal her underwear when falling through the air after a jump. In the game's final release, this was adjusted to keep Amy's skirt at a more modest angle. Another change can be seen in the early prototype demo of Sonic Adventure 2, known as Sonic Adventure 2: The Trial, which was bundled with Phantasy Star Online for the Dreamcast. The game's first cutscene has a helicopter pilot ask, "What the hell?" while in the final release he simply exclaims, "What?" A number of changes were made to the game's Shadow the Hedgehog due to a minor controversy surrounding the game's use of firearms, swearing and blood. The Western localization removes a number of curse words, while also removing the blood effects related to the GUN soldiers. The blood of the Black Doom Armada was also altered, changing the color from red to green. In a draft of the Sonic 06 script, it states that Blaze is bothered by her under-endowed chest, comments on which will rouse her anger. This was a character concept which was ultimately never implemented in the game, possibly to avoid negative repercussions. Although Sonic games typically manage to avoid controversy, one Sonic game saw backlash over lewd content. A Halloween special stage was added to the mobile title Sonic Runners, celebrating the holiday in 2015. During this event, the game's developers issued an apology for a mistake that made its way into the level. A name of a recurring enemy of the Sonic series, Boo, was misspelled as Boob. The name was fixed and patched out shortly after the apology was issued. Did you also know that the Shadow the Hedgehog game was made due to fans asking Sega to give Sonic a gun? For more Sonic facts, check out the DidYouKnowGaming video on Shadow the Hedgehog. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like this video, give it a like and a share. You should also check out this video on a hidden Easter egg in the original Sonic game. Thanks for watching.